Morning, guys. William here with Patriot Containers. Today is Thursday the 18th. We got about, 1 week before Christmas. Once again, these Pinocchio rookie companies are getting complaints. There's actually some other complaints that I haven't reported on yet and gave you my 2 cents on about how these companies screw you guys over. This one is by... this is the same company that sued me for making these videos, which I take as a badge of honor. They don't want to be exposed, and they want to be able to get away with ripping people off on a daily basis and selling with lies and holding the customers accountable instead of the business being accountable. And so I was reading this review this morning. It's not a review, it's a complaint. And it kind of has all three things in it. And I'll tell you why. From when I started selling containers 13 years ago, the most common complaint is I was promised a container on a specific day and it never showed up and there was no communication. I took the time off work, I had to travel, and it just never showed up. And then when you call the company, they go, "Oh, sorry, we'll show up tomorrow," and then they don't show up again. And eventually someday you get a container, but they just made it the most difficult process ever. The next common complaint is I ordered something nice or good and it turned up to be horrible and bait and switch. That happens a lot in this industry. That's because companies purchase cheaper containers, but they don't tell you what they're purchasing. The salesperson tells you it's going to be this fabulous item and you're going to be the happiest customer on earth, and then they bait and switch you, and then you don't like the container that you got, and it's not an easy process to bring it back and do this. So the third most common complaint nowadays is the company screws up and does everything wrong. The customer has done nothing wrong, but the company charges you guys money for something that they did wrong. They lied to you, they took forever, you want to cancel, you don't want the container that they brought you. And then they keep thousands of your dollars. I'm going to read this complaint. I do get sick and tired of reading these complaints. I really do. Because they're always the same. Some are different. Some I get worked up a little bit and pissed off. But I do this to let these, what I call Pinocchio rookie companies, know that they might be able to deceive their customers, but us container companies and the shipping lines know exactly with what these companies are doing to you guys. And my videos are exposing them. So let me read this. I was guaranteed a container that did not leak and was in decent shape. Decent is a very foggy term. It's kind of like the term wind and watertight. There's a lot of gray area in the term wind and watertight. Let me get back to this. The container I received was not the case. But let's start at the beginning. It was supposed to be delivered on a Wednesday, so I took off work and they canceled mid-morning. They said it would be Thursday, so I took off work again. No delivery. I absolutely couldn't take off work again, so I wasn't able to be here when it was delivered to inspect it. The doors are about to fall off the hinges. It's almost rusted through in several places and the doors leak. These companies offer you a warranty. I think, you know how I say being sued by these companies is a badge of honor? I think whenever you guys are talking to companies that say we're nationwide and we have warranties and we have money back guarantees, it's their badge of being a shitty company and they're lying to you to make sales. That's the dead giveaway. You want to talk to a company that's going to rip you off? They're going to say we're nationwide. We have a warranty. We have money back guarantees. Well, go read their website on the terms and conditions. It ain't going to say what you were told over the phone. Let me get back to this. I'm probably going to repeat this again. The doors are about to fall off the hinges. It's almost rusted through in several places, and the doors leak. That was the point I was trying to make. These companies that have a warranty, if you get a container with a hole, their warranty is a fiberglass boat patch, but the boat patch doesn't really fix the container. You're still stuck with a crappy container. But their warranty does not cover doors. So if the doors don't shut, if the latches are bent, or if the door seals are peeling off, your warranty isn't covered. But their warranty is a sales pitch to make you feel safe and secure while they deliver you a piece of crap and they're not accountable for it. So this person's door problems are not covered. And it clearly states that on their website. This poor person during Christmas time is going to find out the hard way that this company is not accountable for anything that they do wrong. I contacted them and they offered a door gasket. Okay, but what do I do when the doors come off? And this person also uploaded pictures. I'll upload these pictures at the end of the video. So then they offered me $100 refund. And then she says $100, which is nothing, by the way. So already we've heard that they didn't make the delivery and there was horrible communication. Already we heard that she was promised a better container, but they showed up with a crappy one. Well, here comes the third part where they're going to keep her money. Or I can get a replacement if I pay double the delivery. So they want to bring her out. They're offering her to replace the container, but not at the company's cost, at the customer's cost. But the customer hasn't done anything. So they're saying, well, if you want another container, you have to pay for the delivery twice now. That could be $500 delivery, $1,000 delivery, excuse me. It adds up to thousands of dollars. It just does. Or I can arrange to have it sent back and I eat the cost. I spent $3,000. They sent me junk. They sent me junk to my store inventory in for my husband's small business. And then want to cost me more money to fix it. If I could give a negative star review, I would. And then that's it. Like I said, took forever to deliver. Had many excuses. No communication. Delivered a crappy container when the customer was told they would get something good. And then if you want the container replaced, we're going to keep thousands of your dollars. It's all three complaints in one complaint. This same company I was watching the other day, they have a marketing girl that does these cringy like TikTok videos where probably all their subscribers are 10 years old, and their subscribers aren't going to buy containers. So it's this girl saying, "Oh, it's Christmas time. Buy your husband a cargo container for Christmas." Okay, well, if you're a wife and you go buy your husband a container from this company, it ain't showing up for Christmas, number one. Number two, if it shows up and it's a piece of crap, your husband's going to be pissed off. And then when you want out of it, you're going to lose thousands of dollars. Is that a Christmas present, or is that a holiday nightmare? That's what these companies do. They never deliver on the right days. They show up with shitty containers, and they're never accountable for anything that they do wrong. And then they make the customers pay thousands of dollars because on their website, under their terms and conditions, it has the company covered for every mistake that they make. So, yeah, these videos get old, but they never stop. Companies like this have a system that will always generate complaints. If you have a sales force that is selling with lies to customers, and you don't tell your customers about your terms and conditions on the websites, and you promise everything, but you fail on the delivery, you fail on everything that the customer was told, you leave your customers with nothing but their only way is to file a complaint online and be unhappy. So this poor customer, during the Christmas and holiday times, is stuck with a piece of crap container that was sold with lies, not delivered on the right day, and the company's not accountable. 7 days before Christmas, they got to deal with this crap. That sucks. Anyways, All right, guys, that's it. I get worked up on this sometimes. I'm very passionate about this. I started a business to do the opposite of what these shitbag companies are doing to you guys. And I'm watching these companies just get worse and worse and worse. And you call me, you hear the truth. You call them, you hear the lies. The lies sound better than my truth. And that's it. All right, guys, have a great one. Goodbye. I'm sure I'll make more videos soon.